found out last week that you've been singing and playing since you were,
Yes.
8? Is that when you got your
4 years old. Well, I got my guitar at 8.
You got your guitar at 8, but
I was 4 years old when I started singing.
When you won
I don't ever remember not singing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my dad drove a truck and had his own truck, and it wasn't a semi, just a big truck. And he would move people or haul hay for people or haul their cattle to the market or haul their tobacco to the market and stuff like that. And he had been real busy, and I had grown up a little more than he had recognized. And I remember one morning he was getting ready. No, I don't remember. I remember my mother telling me about it. My mother told me this story that Dad was getting ready to leave one morning, and he was in the bathroom shaving, and she stood me up on the edge of the bathtub and had me sing for him. And she said I sang 30 Pieces of Silver. And so she was teaching me to sing, before I could talk good.
Wow.
That's
so Dad was excuse me, but Dad was shocked that I could do that because I'd grown up a little quicker than he thought.
That's something I think that is missing, among other things, today. Families years ago, a lot of the families, everybody played or sang or did something. They grew up with music. Mm-hmm. That just doesn't happen anymore. And for you, it's been your career, so it was not just family fun, but it ended up being, your career.
Yeah. Music consumed me. Like I say, I don't remember any time not being fascinated with music, and I thought Hank Williams was the only singer. I remember when he died.
The day music died. No, that was somebody else.
But I thought it. But I thought it did. But I thought that it did. I would always tune in WONE in Dayton, Ohio, an AM station. We could pick it up in Concord, Kentucky, where I'm from, in the old grocery store. I would turn that on and listen, and I would always listen to Hank Williams, and I learned all of his songs. And the day that he died, all of Hank Williams' songs were playing. They played one after another, playing them all day. And my mother explained to me that Hank had died, and I couldn't understand that because he was singing on the radio. So, but when I did understand that he had died and understood what that was, I thought music was over because he was the only voice I recognized. So I thought music had ended.
So who did you move to after? Who became your
Buck
favorite?
Owens.
Buck Owens.
Buck Owens became up through the years with "Love's Gonna Live Here" and all those "Together Again," all those great songs that he had. And then Merle Haggard came along. But Buck and Merle had that Bakersfield sound. It kind of parlayed from Buck to Merle. Of course, Merle patterned himself after Lefty Frizzell a lot. But
weren't there a lot of country singers from Bakersfield?
Yeah, there were quite a few.
Which seems California, right?
Bakersfield, California.
This doesn't seem to go. It would seem the country western singers have come from Tennessee or Georgia or.
Well,
but all those singers came from California.
But the Bakersfield sound was a little different than Nashville. But there was a thin line. It was country, and that's what it amounted to, traditional country.
Now, last week we talked about how country music today, to me, is more like popular music, and it's very different. Are there any country singers today that still have that, whatever
Classical.
it was,
the traditional country?
Yes.
Alan Jackson.
Okay.
And George Strait, pretty much.
Okay.
But Alan Jackson, and a few years ago, Randy Travis really brought country back to being country. Randy Travis did. And then Ricky Skaggs, for a while, stepped out of bluegrass and into country.
Now he's back at bluegrass.
And he's back in bluegrass now. But so I did the reverse of Ricky Skaggs. I stayed in country and went over into bluegrass for a while. I love bluegrass music. I did a bluegrass CD called 10 Shades of Green and was real happy with that. Dennis Hensley, a good friend of mine that owns Jordan Recording Studio over in Taylor Mill, on Taylor Mill Road.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan
Down the
Recording
street
Studio.
from where I live.
He records a lot of gospel music and stuff, but I've been recording there for several years, and we did the bluegrass CD there and did my last CD, the traditional country one entitled Foolin' Around, where I did some of the old traditional country songs that I've sang through the years, some of Buck Owens and Merle Haggard, and just some of my favorites through the years, and I'm real pleased with that. And again, they're available on BobbyMackey.com.
Would you like to sing one of your songs from that CD?
Sure, I'd love to.
Especially on Merle.
While he's getting ready, I talked a lot about the guitar last program, and and I wasn't trying to be, I don't know what I was doing, but you consider yourself a singer.
Yeah, and I just play backup for myself, and I just strum, and I leave the lead work up to my guitar player and my steel guitar player.
And I mean, well, see, I can't even do that.
I just play chords and strum, and that's what I learned to do in the beginning. All I ever wanted to do.
Well, and as I said, if you know the chords, you can do about any song you want to do. So
Yep.
that's all you need. Okay, go right
Okay,
ahead.
we'll do one. We'll do one of Merle's famous songs. It's not on my CD, but I'll do this for you. We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. We don't take our trips on LSD. We don't burn our draft cards down on Main Street. 'Cause we like living right and being free. We don't make a party out of loving. We like holding hands and pitching woo. We don't let our hair grow long and shaggy like the hippies out in San Francisco do. And I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, place where even squares can have a ball. We still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse. White lightning's still biggest thrill of all. We don't make a party out of loving. We like holding hands and pitching woo. We don't let our hair grow long and shaggy like the hippies out in San Francisco do. And I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, place where even squares can have a ball. We still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse. White lightning's still biggest thrill of all. Yeah, we still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse. And white lightning's still the biggest thrill of all. All right, something like that.
All right, I want to
I
ask
think I
you.
messed the words up.
No, but
Merle will never know.
No.
Merle will never know. He'll never care.
what we call the traditional country music, and what's country music today. What makes it different? Is it the sound of the singer? Is it the songs?
Yeah, all
or
of that.
all of it?
Melodies.
Okay.
Simple country songs.
Because like Hank Williams and Ernest Tubb,
Ernest
I remember
Tubb.
that name. They had a very different sound.
Yeah. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you. Remember that?
No, I don't know that
Ernest
one.
Tubb.
Oh, but I was
They
just,
don't make them like that. They don't make
Ernest
them like that anymore. They just don't.
but it's just a combination of everything: the words, the tunes,
Yeah,
the
melodies,
voices.
yeah,
I mean, it fascinates me how the voices have evolved.
And recording
What's it
recording
called?
technology too. You know, you have to. You know, recording technology has grown so far, and all the latest country stuff is more geared toward dance music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the older traditional stuff aims at the heart. It says something.
Well, it's drinking songs. That's what it's about. Drinking and crying.
Yeah. Sad
On
song.
a train going north or
Who
something.
did?
bring
Send
a
me
tear
the
to a
pillow
glass
that-
eye.
that you
Bring a
dream
tear
of.
to a glass eye, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You're talking about Hank Lachlan.
Okay.
Send me
know.
the pillow. I recorded that once. It's on
Did you?
one of my
Okay,
CDs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to
Send me
sing
the
that
pillow.
to a boy in college.
Well, that's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, okay.
yeah.
I know a few of them. Okay. Oh,
And
goodness.
Eddie Arnold is
Eddie Arnold,
Oh, I love
Tennessee
it.
Plowboy.
the old Tennessee Plowboy. He had some great songs.
He made millions and millions.
I do one of his
and-
old songs all the time. I'll hold you in my heart till I can. I'll hold you in my heart till I can hold you in my arms.